And welcome to Nyberg and these very different surroundings. My guest is Brian Sage from Pretty Potties, and you're going to understand what that's all about in just a second. All right, so I love to get the background of these businesses. You're a construction guy for how long?
30 plus years.
30 years. Do you decide to give it up and just start building these gorgeous powder rooms?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I was on a job, and they dropped off, a plastic model, and it was a brand new unit. It was nice and everything, but I got in it, and I was like, this thing is tiny. I said, how does a big fella use one of these things? And I was like, I'm going to make my own. So that's what I decided to do. So I brought the idea home to my wife, and she's like, well, we can do this, and we can do that.
So she was into the idea.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So how many of these darling, and we're going to see inside of them in just a second, but how many of these darling units do you have?
I currently have 10 of them.
You have 10 of them?
Yep.
Do you have lots of ideas for more?
Oh, yes.
And what are they decked out with? Because they're like mini houses.
Yeah, well, they all have, electrical outlets in them. They have fans in them. They have lights inside and out. And they all have sinks, and they all work off of foot pumps. Some of them are flushable, and some are not.
All right, so how did you come up with a name? Easy,
my wife.
Right?
My wife.
And she's the interior decorator, right?
Yeah.
So she designs all of these.
Yes.
Let's go inside one of these and just see what they look like. Now, the model that our camera guy Bill here is on, what model is this
This
called?
is called the Aspen.
The Aspen. All right. So the floor is all wood floor?
Well, no, this is actually a vinyl floor.
Okay.
To make it easy to clean.
All right.
But everything else in it is wood.
And then it's all decorated. We have an antique chest in there.
Yeah.
A lamp, flowers, and so this is perfect for a wedding.
Yeah. Well, that's 95% of my business is weddings.
So 95% was the other 5%?
Like graduations, memorial services, stuff, important events.
I said to one of my colleagues, I said, if you throw a party and have one of these in the backyard, it's a talker.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, people would say, well, did you see this? And we're going to see another one of these powder rooms in just a second. Tell me what's the best thing about this, and is this your whole business now? No,
it's still a sideline for me.
Right.
I mean, I still have my construction company.
Okay.
The best part is just the expressions on people's faces when I pull up in the yard with them. It makes me crack up because people are videotaping me as I'm driving in their driveway. And one lady in particular said to me, she goes, I can't believe how excited I am to get a porta potty in my yard.
Now, these are built really, really well.
Yes.
If we look at the model behind you, what is this one called?
This one's called Rustic Red.
Rustic Red, and it is red, so that makes it.
Yeah.
But the detail up here, right under the roof, is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And do you drop these plans?
No, I just wing it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, let's go inside the Aspen and check that out. So describe this. This is for more of a hoedown, or?
Well, like a rustic theme party, sure.
More the gentleman's.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Powder
Actually, I
room.
had a fella that had a piece of property, I forget what it was, in Marlboro somewhere, a large wooded piece of property. And he always wanted his wife and friends to come out, but they didn't want to go because they didn't have enough facilities. They didn't want to go in the bushes. So this guy rented it from me, and he rented it from me again because he enjoyed it so much, and his wife was able to go out there and enjoy it with him.
How long does it take you to build one of these?
On average, between 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Has anybody come to you with a plan? I want this to look like this, and we want to just keep it?
I'm currently building one for a girl who is graduating out of the Girl Scouts. I don't know what they call that. It's like the equivalent of the Eagle Scout.
Okay.
So her community project is to put up one of these porta potties on a municipal piece of property where the town can use it. And I guess there's a local running club that's going to maintain it and keep it clean and look after it. So that's her project. So I'm currently building a custom porta potty for them.
So, Brian, in your wildest imagination, did you think that you would be in this kind of business?
No, no, not at all.
But the light bulb went off in your head one day. So you get
I'm like, don't scare me like that.
Right.
I want to make sure everything works.
Do you get teased about this, or
yeah.
or do they think this is a really smart idea?
Well, a lot of people think it's really smart, but you asked me about being teased. I ran into a girl I went to high school with at a bridal expo, and I was just telling her, that I sold one to a particular lady. She has a shop, not near us, but anyways, but she wasn't taking care of it, and I wasn't happy with it. And she goes, so you're creeping on your potties, huh? And I'm like, yeah.
Look at this. I mean, you're never going to see this in a studio. You just aren't, but
no.
We have it for you here today.
Yeah.
Are there things that are going to come out of this? I mean, how many do you expect to have? 10, 12? Because you deliver it to an event.
Yes.
And you pick it back up.
Yeah.
So there's manpower involved
Oh
there.
yes, a lot of it. Yep. And currently it's me, my son, or my 2 sons, actually 3 sons. They help me out. I reel them all in from time to time to help me deliver them and pick them up.
If we look at the door behind you there with the moon, is that actually stained glass window?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're putting stained glass
Yep.
into a door window.
Yeah.
And sinks, are they high-end sinks?
Well, a lot of them are like salvage yards finds. We try to reuse and repurpose a lot of stuff. So there's a local restoration hardware place that sells sinks and doors and windows, and I currently, go there and try to pick stuff out of there. Like that bureau was, a Salvation Army find.
I happen to love this one,
Yeah.
I have to say. I love
Not
this
Salvation Army, but a thrift store
Yeah,
type
of course,
thing.
of
Yeah, so
course.
we try to use stuff like that.
Do you think that you'll have 10, 12, 24 of these, or are you going to keep it small?
Well, it gets to the point where you can only deliver so many.
Right.
And any one given weekend, because most of my events, I told you, are Saturday events. So Friday.
And you have this for the whole weekend. It's just they just park it.
Yes,
park it
yeah.
on someone's lawn.
Yeah,
or
wherever they want it. Well, within reason. But yeah, we just park it there and we leave it there for the weekend, and we pick it back up on either Sunday or Monday, depending on how the schedule falls.
Is this cost effective for you so far? I mean, you're what, 2014 you started?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, it's tough to say, because I keep dumping money back into it because it's still new. I'm building new units all the time. I just currently resurfaced my truck so I can service these better. So, but yeah, it's been profitable. I've made some money, sure.
That's good. Do you have one of these powder rooms, if I can call it that?
I
in
love the
mind?
term powder room.
I know, powder room.
Yeah.
That you haven't built yet, that you want to, that you have plans
yeah.
for on the drawing board. What is it?
Yeah, a lighthouse.
A lighthouse.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because a lot of my
stories,
customers.
or?
No, it has to all be within this size.
Okay.
Just for reasons of going down the road. I've already hit a bridge once.
Really? So, you don't even think about that. So these are how tall? 10 feet?
Well, on the trailer, they're about 11'3".
Okay,
So that's where you got to stay under.
Some of the bridges say 10. Some
Yeah,
right?
you don't go that way.
And how wide are most of them?
Well, they all, the largest units I have is 5 foot by 5 foot is the outside, footprint of it, basically.
Do you have to get a special permit to pull these?
No, because they fit on a normal trailer.
I
So,
see.
yeah.
Biggest problem with starting out this business was what?
Nothing, it just came. I mean, well, my first one I built was a yellow one, the canary one, and I built that for a local shop, and I mimicked it after her building, was a yellow gambrel. And so I was like, because when we had the idea, I was like, well, if I build it, what do I do with it? So I approached this lady and I said, hey, if I build this thing, can we leave it here for the season? And I won't charge you to rent it. You have to have it cleaned and whatnot. I just want to get my name out there. So she had it for a year, and in interim, I built another one, and then just people started hearing about it, and I did a wedding, and then 80 people heard about it, and then because every event you do, you hit 100, 120 people, so it just spread.
Do you leave little flyers in there?
Oh yeah, we put business cards or flyers in there, sure.
Now, Sherry's the interior decorator
Yeah,
always.
my wife's the interior
But
decorator.
that's not her day job either.
No, she's a nurse by trade.
She's a nurse.
Yeah.
So, you see, you never know what's going to happen. You're nurturing other things as a nurse.
Yeah.
Are your kids having fun with it?
Well, you'd have to ask them.
It's work, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
work.
I pay them, though.
Well, see, there
Yeah,
you go.
so,
all right.
yeah.
I can't thank you enough for, let's just take this wide shot one more time, bringing 2 10-foot outhouses or powder rooms,
I
as
like
they call
powder
them.
rooms.
Yeah. Into the studio. And I wish you luck, because I've been following your business ever since you started,
Oh,
because
thank
it was
you.
so unique.
Yeah.
And I have 3 daughters, 2 of which are already married, but 1 is not yet.
Oh,
So
hey,
see?
I'll leave you a card.
Thank you very much. Brian Sage, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you being on.
Yeah, thank you.
Spend all night kissing and if was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm so wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride.